Welcome back to the channel. I am Aisha Abdullah. Today, we are diving into the effectiveness of protests in democratic Nigeria since 1999. From the historic Ali Must Go protest in 1978 to the recent NSAS movement, we'll explore how these demonstrations have shaped Nigeria's political landscape and the responses from the government. So, let's get right into it. Nigeria returned to civilian rule in 1999, marking a significant shift in governance. This transition was celebrated with hopes of a more democratic society where citizens could freely express their grievances. But how effective has this protest been in driving real change since then?
Its people. I accept this destiny in all humility and with the full belief that with the backing and support of our people, we shall not fail.
The power of protests have become a vital tool for civic engagement in Nigeria. They serve as a platform for citizens to voice their dissent, demand accountability, and highlight social issues. The right to peaceful protest is enshrined in the Nigerian constitution, yet the reality often tells a different story. Historical context. Key protests. 1. Ali Must Go, 1978. Nigerians took to the streets demanding justice and accountability from the government. This protest was significant as it highlighted the power of student activism in Nigeria, setting a precedent for future movements. 2. AntiPriot, 1989. Fast forward to 1989, when the AntiPriot broke out in response to the structural adjustment program imposed by the government. Citizens protested against the economic hardship caused by these policies, showcasing the public's discontent with economic mismanagement. 3. June 12 protest, 1993. The June 12 protest followed the annulment of the 1993 presidential elections, which many believed were rigged. This movement united Nigerians across different demographics, demanding the recognition of the election results. It was a pivotal moment in Nigeria's struggle for democracy. 4. Occupy Nigeria, 2012. In 2012, the Occupy Nigerian protest emerged against the removal of fuel subsidies, which led to a significant increase in fuel prices. The protests were massive, with citizens demanding transparency and accountability from the government. Ultimately, the government was forced to reinstate some subsidies, showcasing the power of collective action. The NSAS protests in 2020 were a watershed moment in Nigeria's history, triggered by police brutality, particularly by the Special Anti-Robbery Squad (SARS). These protests mobilized hundreds of thousands of Nigerians. The movement not only called for the disbandment of SARS, but also demanded comprehensive police reforms. Despite the government's initial promise to disband SARS, many felt that these commitments were not followed through, leading to continued protests and unrest. 5. Hunger and Hardship 2024. Since the start of the current administration last year, there have been solidarity talks, strike calls, and demonstrations to protest economic hardship brought on by the government's policies, price hikes, and taxation. Kenya made international headlines when young people took to streets, invading the nation's parliament and practically forcing the government to withdraw a finance bill meant to raise tax as a means of paying off the country's debt. Protesters said young, especially younger Kenyans, will be more impoverished in the event of the bill's passing. The impacts of protests on governance protests have undeniably influenced governance in Nigeria. They have brought issues like police brutality, economic mismanagement to the forefront, forcing the government to respond, at least superficially. However, the effectiveness of this protest is often undermined by state repression and a lack of genuine reform. Challenges faced by protesters. Despite constitutional protections, protesters in Nigeria often face violence and intimidation. The October 2020 Lekki tollgate incident, where security forces opened fire on unarmed protesters, is a stark reminder of the risks involved.
Let them shoot. No problem.
Such actions create an atmosphere of fear, discouraging public dissent. The youth have emerged as a powerful force in the Nigerian protest, with over 70% of the population under 30. Their frustration with the status quo have fueled movements like EndSARS. This democratic shift has the potential to reshape Nigeria's political landscape, as seen in the recent 2023 elections, where young voters played a crucial role. Don't forget the hardship and hunger protests looming in the wake of the Tinubu's administration policies, starting with the announcement of the petrol subsidy had been removed in May 2023. Food prices have been rising and the cost of living has been declared a crisis. Starting from the Buhari administration until the start of the presidency of Tinubu, indices showed millions of Nigeria have been thrown into multidimensional poverty. The latest rafts of taxes and levies made the economy tighter, business harder, and manufacturing costlier. Manufacturers go out of businesses, jobs go out of the window, and incomes continue to drop amidst months after months of rampant inflation. Organized labor have protested alongside different groups to get the government to concede on several grounds. The government is responding by rolling out palliatives in cash and food commodities that Labour has described as non-befitting of Nigerians. By August, a protest against hunger and hardship in Nigeria looked in the offing. Who knows? Many Nigerians are on the bandwagon, but others are dropping off, citing the identity of the organizers of the protest. The future of protests in Nigeria. So, what does the future hold for protests in Nigeria? While they have been proven to be an effective means of raising awareness and demanding change, the ongoing challenges of state repression and unfulfilled promises pose significant hurdles. As citizens continue to mobilize, the hope for a more accountable and responsive government remains alive. If you found this video insightful, don't forget to like and subscribe and share your thoughts in the comment section below. What do you think about the effectiveness of protests in Nigeria? Let us know in the comment section.